Hey, come on, let's go. Let's all go to the Cowboy Jack show. Hey, come on, let's go. Let's all go to the Cowboy Jack show. Cowboy Jack, he wears a cowboy hat. He likes to count, talk about everything he knows. Hey, come on, let's go. Let's all go to the Cowboy Jack show.
Howdy cowboys and cowgirls, it's me, Cowboy Jack. Hey, do you guys like dinosaurs? I absolutely love dinosaurs, and that's why I'm so excited. Today we're here at NRG Center in Houston, Texas, and we're with our friends. That's right, we're right here at Jurassic Quest. They have all these animatronic dinosaurs, a great place for us to see what dinosaurs actually look like, and they even move around and stuff. Do you guys want to see that? It's going to be a whole lot of fun. Come on, let's go check it out. Oh, wow. Right when you first walk in the door, you're greeted by all these different dinos. Like, look at this guy right here. I don't know the actual name of that dinosaur, but he looks really cool. And he's one of those that actually has like feathers and a little bit of fur on him. Wow. You know what? Dinosaurs came in all shapes and sizes, colors, weights, heights, all that. So we're gonna see everything from these little bitty dinosaurs right here, all the way up to the big, really huge dinosaurs. Some of the names you probably know, like T-Rex. All right, well, come on, let's go check out some dinosaurs. Oh, wow. This guy is really big. Look at these guys. And the cool thing about Jurassic Quest is they actually have the names of all the dinosaurs here for you. Even though I don't know exactly how to pronounce them, I'm gonna do my best. So this is a Dinosaurus right there. He's pretty small. Wow. Hey guys, shh, be really quiet. You see, the Utah Raptor is actually sleeping right now. See, he has his eyes closed. Wow. Let's be really sneaky and go right by him real quick. Wow, right over here I see one of my favorite dinosaurs. Come here, come here. That guy right there is Baryonyx. He's a huge dinosaur. He's got a lot of really big teeth, and that's important because he's a carnivore. Hey look, is that guy waving at you guys? Wow, look at that guys. You can get right up close to him and actually look at him. So come over here and look. You know, dinosaurs had this really interesting skin, and it's kind of bumpy, kind of like a lizard looks like. And they have these really big mouths. So if you look in this guy's mouth, hey, don't bite me. If you look in his mouth and you see his teeth, he's got really flat teeth, kind of like our molars in our mouths. And you know what that tells us? This guy is a herbivore. So he doesn't actually eat meat, he likes to eat plants. Boy, he is really big. Oh, he's even wagging his tail, and you can see him taking a breath. You see his side going in and out? Whoa, I see some really cool dinos right back here. You guys want to see these guys? I know you know who that guy is. That's a giant T-Rex. He's actually taking a little nap right now. We're gonna go see his friend in just a second. But look at this ginormous Triceratops. That is so cool. He's actually laying down right now. But look at him, he's even blinking his eyes. Oh look, there's a little bitty baby Triceratops back there. That is so cool. Now come take a look right over here. This is something really cool about Jurassic Quest, because you're seeing all these dinos and you probably maybe even have toys of dinosaurs at home. but they have all these informational boards out here where you can learn about the actual Triceratops, the different dinosaurs you're looking at, and get a little bit of information about where they lived. See, we know Triceratops lived over here kind of in the, well, the map went away, but they lived up in Wyoming, maybe even as far south as Utah, but Idaho, and all those western, northern states here in the US. Wow. I mean, there's so many dinosaurs, my head is spinning, guys. This is incredible. Look at this guy. Do you guys know what dinosaur this is? Oh, he's definitely awake. You can see his eyes opening and closing. It kind of looked like he just had a big yawn. Look at his little bitty arms moving. I bet he has a hard time tying his shoes. This is Gigantosaurus, and the name suits him well because he really is gigantic. You know, we talk about this from time to time on the show. Cowboy Jack's about 6 feet tall, even with my hat off. You know, it even gets kind of hot. Wait a second, are you guys laughing at my hair? Okay, I'll put the hat back on so we can get back to the dinosaurs. But come over here, see, Cowboy Jack's about 6 feet tall. This guy is enormous, gigantic even. That's why he's called Gigantosaurus. He's even got this really long tail out here, and it wags and moves just like a puppy dog's tail does. That is so, so cool. All right, guys, shh, we need to be really quiet over here. Come look at this. This oviraptor is actually protecting her nest of eggs right there. So those eggs will hatch and become other oviraptors. Wow, little baby Adjaceratops running around down here. And then there's a really big Olorotitan right there. Look, he's got that really cool thing up on his head. Wow. And then look at this guy. This guy is really cool. I'm not even gonna try to say that name, but guys, take a look at what his name is. Look at him. He looks like he's having a great time. He's dancing too. All these dinosaurs have such tiny little front arms. I guess that's why they wear Velcro shoes and not shoes with laces. Wow, I saw some really big dinos over here. Come on. Guys, take a look at who this is. That is a really huge T-Rex, and he's wide awake. Boy, he's had his morning coffee. Look at that gigantic mouth. Oh my goodness. Wow, his eyes are opening and closing. You can see him breathing on his side over there. He is wagging his tail. He is ready for the day. Wow, if you look at him from this angle, you can really see how huge he is. He is a really big dinosaur, the apex predator of the dinosaur world. Oh, look here. This is one of my favorite dinosaurs right here, the Stegosaurus. Cowboy Caden really loves Spinosaurus, but I love Stegosaurus a lot. He's got these really cool bony plates, and those serve to protect him because a lot of times maybe T-Rex wanted a snack on Stegosaurus. Wow, take a look at this gigantic dinosaur. This is even one of the largest dinosaurs in existence. This is an Apatosaurus. It looks a lot like a Brontosaurus or a Brachiosaurus, and you'll notice that because he's got this big long neck, right? But boy, he was just huge. Look at those big feet. You know, I bet when he walked around, it would even make the earth shake a little bit. These guys were found all the way up in Oklahoma and Colorado and Utah. They had a really expansive territory. Oh, look, a little baby one. That's a baby Apatosaurus right there. Boy, they grow a whole lot because to go from that size up to this size, I bet they have to eat a lot to do all that growing, just like we should do. You know, you always want to eat healthy and make sure you drink a lot of water and stay hydrated. even though we're inside today, we're still losing moisture from our bodies, and it's hot outside when you come in from the car. So make sure you stay hydrated, lots of H2O, water. Wow, now there's even more dinosaurs over here, but one of my really good friends is right over here. Come on, guys. Oh, hey, Safari Sarah.
Hey, Cowboy Jack.
How are you today?
I'm doing dino-rific. How are you doing?
I'm dino-rific too. How could you not be dino-rific?
Exactly.
Look at this place. So we're standing here by your favorite dinosaur, right?
Yes, exactly. So this is one of my favorites. His name is actually Spinosaurus.
Spinosaurus. That's Cowboy Caden's favorite dinosaur.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, well, can you guess why he's named Spinosaurus?
Is it his teeth?
No, not his teeth. Guess again.
His claws.
No, not his claws.
Wait a second, is it that big thing on his back?
It sure is. That giant spine over there is where he gets the name Spinosaurus.
Wow.
And this guy's actually one of my favorites because he was a swamp dweller.
A swamp dweller?
That's right. And this is one of our most recent models because actually about 2 years ago, we used to think that this guy was back on his back legs with his hands up. They did more research and found that he may have actually walked on his knuckles throughout the swamps while swimming and getting up on logs.
Wow, because I've always seen Spinosaurus standing up, so that wasn't accurate.
Exactly.
Okay.
So this is the most recent depiction, and that spine would just be hanging out of the water to either regulate temperature, create a shadow so they can eat fish, or maybe even help with mating, but we don't know.
Wow, that's so, well, can you ask him?
Mr. Spino, can you tell us, please? He doesn't seem very responsive.
He's not talking.
Not today. He needs coffee.
Okay, I understand it's early in the morning.
It is. It is.
Oh, wow. Well, that is such a cool, well, who's his friend right over here?
This guy over here is Ranosaurus. So this is a Ranosaurus. He also has a sail you can see on his back. Obviously not quite as big as our Spinosaurus, but still very impressive. But this guy was actually an herbivore, unlike our Spinosaurus. So you can see the teeth right in the back of his mouth, but in the front he has more of a beak-like structure, whereas opposed to Spinosaurus, who was more of a pescatarian who ate in the water or in the swamps he lived in, he had more sharp teeth that were actually like banana-shaped teeth or size teeth, and they were cylindrical. But these teeth in the back you can see were more for gnashing teeth.
Yeah, guys, did you get a good look at that up in his mouth? See, his teeth are more like flat and not quite as pointy. That is so cool. Wow. Well, what else do you guys have around here? We've seen all these dinos over here.
Yes.
But I didn't even think about these guys.
No, of course. We can definitely come talk about these. Now, over here we have some scarier looking dinosaurs, probably.
Well, I don't think they look scary. I think they look great.
They look friendly,
Wow.
right?
Hey, hold on a second. He doesn't sound friendly. Maybe we need to back up a little bit.
So this right here is our Albertasaurus.
Albertasaurus, like Alberta, Canada?
Exactly.
Wow, that's really cool. That's a province right up north of us in Canada.
Exactly. So this guy is obviously a predator, and he ate meat, and you can tell by looking at those teeth.
Uh-huh.
But we have him right next to a Parasaurolophus, and we can maybe assume that he may have been trying to hunt this Parasaurolophus with their proximity right now.
Okay.
But Parasaurolophus actually had some really cool stuff, including that long horn on the back of his head.
Yeah, what is that all about?
Now, we don't know the sounds of many dinosaurs. It's one of the tragedies of dinosaurs, is we don't know exactly some details. But this long horn on the back of his head actually had tunnels that went back into his head, and we found that in that fossil, when blowing air through it, it makes a noise, I think in the range of B flat.
Wait a second, so Parasaurolophus was walking around tooting his horn.
Exactly. He was tooting his horn
That
all
is
day
so
long.
cool. He has a musical instrument right on his head all the time.
Exactly.
I wonder if it came on when he snored at night.
I don't know. I mean, we could always say yes.
You know, Cowboy Jack's wife says that sometimes when I sleep, I sound like a trumpet, so I'm sorry, buddy. I hope your wife isn't too mad at you.
And then right over here, we have a Cosmoceratops.
Cosmoceratops?
That's right. Now, Cowboy Jack, my favorite dinosaur ever is actually a Triceratops. They're in the family of ceratopsians, but they're actually different dinosaurs, which this one is a Cosmoceratops. And you can see at the top of his frill, how he has horns that stick out and curl over at the top.
Yeah.
And then he also has a short horn in the front of his face rather than a long one like a Triceratops.
Oh, okay. Wow, that's so cool.
Yeah.
I love to see how he moved his head and all of that. You know what I find really fascinating about all of these dinosaurs?
What's that?
Is the texture of their skin.
Exactly.
They look so much like modern lizards, but they're not.
Exactly. And I love talking about that skin. We actually found a mummified dinosaur. That was a nodosaur. And this nodosaur actually had its skin intact.
Where did they make that discovery?
I actually am not sure the location of it.
I bet you it's somewhere like Siberia, somewhere
Maybe
really cold.
so, I think so.
Yeah.
But they were actually able to see not only the texture of the skin, but they were even able to identify the pigment that it was, which was more of a reddish tinted brown.
Well, hopefully nobody took that and got any creative ideas with mosquitoes petrified in amber.
We hope.
Wow. Well, thank you so much for showing us these dinosaurs. That was great.
Thanks for coming
All
out,
right.
Cowboy Jack.
See you later, Safari Sarah.
Bye.
Wow, guys, I'm actually in a dinosaur egg. I'm hatching out right now. This is so cool. Let me see if I can get out of here.
Cowboy Jack, what are you doing?
Oh, hey, it's Park Ranger Marty. How are you
Good
today?
to see you. What are you doing in the egg?
Well, I just wanted to see what it was like to hatch.
You wanted to see? Well, why don't I show you a real dinosaur egg?
A real dinosaur egg?
A
You
real
actually have some?
Well, we have some real eggshell fragments, but I have a replica of what is a real egg.
Well, I can't wait to see it. Can you show us?
Yeah, they're over here at the fossil exhibit area.
Right. Wow. Look at all these really cool fossils.
So this is one of my favorites to show to people. This is a fossilized egg.
Wow.
So this would come from a sauropod dinosaur. We don't know exactly which kind. Sauropods are the long-necked dinosaurs. And this one was found in South America.
That is incredible.
Now, this is about as large as dinosaur eggs get. They get a little bit bigger, a little bit about the size, a little less than a basketball.
Okay.
But that's as large as eggs get because eggs are filled with liquid. Liquid, if you've ever held a gallon of milk, you know is heavy.
Those are real heavy.
Yeah, so for a natural substance like a shell to hold that liquid in, it has to get thicker and thicker. But eventually the shell will get so thick that oxygen can't permeate the shell and the animal inside won't survive.
Ah.
So even an animal that's going to be 118 feet long when it's an adult starts off in an egg just about a little bigger than this.
That is so cool, guys. Did you see this dino egg? That is amazing. Wow, well, what's this other stuff you have around here? I see some big teeth, some
we have
bones.
These are actually baby Stegosaurus. So we always think of ceratopsian dinosaurs with the big horns and everything coming out. However, the earliest ceratopsians were actually bipedal, meaning they're walking on two legs.
Just like us.
Exactly, but they were much smaller and they're kind of leaned over this way because they have a tail to balance them out.
Oh, okay.
So, but those bipedal animals eventually started to develop a little bit of crest on their skull, and then eventually the skull got bigger and they started developing horns, and most of that was probably for display, so they were showing off for the ladies.
Ah, okay.
So-
well, I do that too.
Exactly, so we get bigger and bigger things, ornaments on our head, our heads get larger and larger. Eventually they get so big and tanky, they can't support them, so they start walking on all fours to support the big tanky heads they've grown to impress the ladies.
Okay.
And that's how you get the bigger ceratopsians much later on. But the earliest ones were rather small.
Wow, I see this really big, a megalodon tooth.
Yes.
Wow.
So Megalodon
Cowboys
is a
and
shark
cowgirls, look at that.
it's a shark that lived way after the time of the dinosaurs.
Okay.
So megalodons probably were on the planet from about 23 million years ago to about 2.5 million years ago. And all we have mostly are their teeth. Shark skeletons are made out of cartilage,
Right.
so they don't fossilize well. We have some really eroded vertebrae from Megalodon, but that's about it. Most of what we have are these really well-preserved teeth, which are dentine, which is a harder material. This one actually had some different minerals seep into it during the fossilization process, which gives it that awesome marking. So when they polish it up, it looks really good.
Yeah, when Megalodon had these guys in his mouth, they didn't look all that cool. They kind of look like regular shark teeth, right?
Exactly. They would have just been white, but the different minerals are what give it its color. Now, another thing is the rounded side that you're seeing, that's the side we always display because it's so pretty. It's actually the back side of the tooth.
Really?
Yeah, so the flat side is what would be out in the front. So the rounded side starts up in the roof of the mouth, and then it rotates over time forwards. And so they would have about 4 to 6 rows of those teeth. And once they get way out here, if they haven't fallen out before, then they fall out. So they were constantly growing new teeth and replacing them throughout their life in this cycle.
Well,
that's why we find so many of them.
You know, we only get 2 sets of teeth.
Exactly.
And that's why it's so important for us to take good care of them. We always have to brush for at least 2 minutes, twice a day.
And floss.
Yeah, the Megalodon doesn't have to do that because his teeth are going to fall out anyways, but it probably would help his breath.
Yeah, people always see T-Rex teeth and they're like, man, I'd like to be his dentist. I'm like, no, you wouldn't. You'd go broke because, once again, they're constantly regrowing their teeth.
You've got so much fascinating stuff here, Park Ranger Marty. Look at these skulls. These are crazy.
I know, but the one that throws people off the most isn't one of the big ones. It's this little one. Do you know what this is? Do you know what kind of skull this is?
If I had to guess, I would say maybe like a pterodactyl.
No, this is a dinosaur. It's a very famous one known as Velociraptor.
Oh, wow.
And this is how big a Velociraptor skull actually is.
I always thought velociraptors were really big.
You've seen movies.
That's Hollywood. That's
Movies.
Hollywood. Okay.
Exactly. They wanted the cool name Velociraptor on a bigger body. What they have would be more closely related to, it was based on Deinonychus, which is a larger dromaeosaur. It's more like a Dakotaraptor, but they hadn't discovered that at the time the first movie came out. But this guy is actually way down here, about 6 feet long, weighs 20 to 30 pounds.
Oh, that's
So
like the
most
size of
kids
some of my
watching the
dogs.
shows, most of the kids watching the show weigh more than a Velociraptor.
Wow, did you guys know you probably weigh more than a velociraptor? That's cool.
So this one's really neat. And then this one, this is a Tyrannosaur from Utah that they went overboard with the name. This is called Teratophonius.
Teratophonius.
Teratophonius, and it means monstrous murderer.
Wow.
So they went a little bit overboard on that name.
Now, are these fossilized eggs too?
Exactly, those are Oviraptor eggs. Oviraptor means egg thief because when they originally found this animal, they found it over a nest of eggs. They thought it was stealing the eggs. Turns out, after further research, they were its own eggs. So it was just being a good mom or dad taking care of the eggs, and now it's got this terrible name of egg thief. Though it does have a little bony ridge on the roof of its mouth, which could have been used for opening up shells, but it also could have been used for opening up eggs. So it's kind of hit or miss on to whether or not
I wish they could tell us, but these guys aren't talking.
No, we try to get as much information out of the fossils as we can, and a lot of times what you see are, like, this is a recreation of a Pachycephalosaurus skull. We don't always have this much of the skull. In fact, the thick bone dome on the head is mostly what we find in Pachycephalosaurs, and a lot of the rest of it we have to compare to other animals that we have found.
Okay. Because if you look at this from far away, it almost looks like a cow skull.
The one that gets the most cow things is this one, which is called Minotaurus.
Now that certainly does look like a bull, right?
Which actually means man-bull reptile.
You wouldn't want to mess with this guy, I don't think. Not at all.
To me, it looks like a Chinese dragon, and it's actually found on the China-Mongolia border. And I can imagine a scenario where an early Chinese person finds this fossil. They know what a skull is, but they've never seen a skull like this. And so they bring it back to the group. They're like, what do you think this is? The stories get better and better.
Yeah.
Eventually you end up with dragon mythology.
That's how we get folklore, right?
That is exactly how we get folklore.
That is so cool. Well, hey, thank you so much for showing us around this. This was really cool. But we're not even scratching the surface. You guys have so much here to do. Guys, if you don't have any idea how huge this place is, take a look over that way. I see bounce houses, and we haven't even talked about the ocean dinosaurs yet. Park Ranger Marty, can you tell us about these ocean dinosaurs?
So technically anything in the ocean, not gonna be a dinosaur, first of all.
What?
Like behind us here we have Tylosaurus. Tylosaurus is in the mosasaur family. And mosasaurs are actually more closely related to snakes and monitor lizards.
Oh, wow.
In fact, these guys typically have an extra row of teeth on the roof of their mouth, palate teeth, and that's a feature you find in some modern day constrictor snakes.
So do these guys have gills, or do they just use their mouths to breathe?
So I'm sure, actually. They do have nostrils, so they may have to surface to breathe. Okay. So these are reptiles that have gotten used to living in the water, but they won't have gills.
Wow, that is so cool. I see a really huge turtle down here.
Yeah, that's Archelon. So Archelon is a turtle closely related to a leatherback turtle today.
Okay, I've seen a leatherback turtle.
Exactly, so these would have had a very similar lifestyle, but these were just much larger.
You guys see he's winking at you.
Always excited to see you guys.
Check that out. Well, hey, Mr. I don't remember his name.
Archelon.
Mr. Archelon. Wow. Well, thanks for hanging out with us today. I love what you're doing there with your fins and the eyes, and it's all very cool.
Thank you very much.
Wow, well, what are these guys over here? I saw some fish that looked kind of like, I don't know, I maybe compare them to tuna?
Exactly, and they look like fish because that's a really good body shape for the water, but once again, they're actually marine reptiles. They're not actually dinosaurs or fish. These are called ichthyosaurs, which actually does mean fish lizard.
Okay.
So, but they're going to have a similar lifestyle to probably modern day porpoises or dolphins, but they're not. And behind them is Parapazosia, which is an ammonite or ammonoid. And this is actually a cephalopod, so it's related to modern day squids and octopus.
But this guy is huge, and I can't wait for y'all to learn all about him. Take a look at that guy.
So this is Megalodon. Ours is around 50 foot long, and that's about how large we think these guys got.
Wow.
And most of the measurements that we do on this guy are based solely from its teeth. So we're comparing it to shark that it's a lot like a mako shark today.
Okay.
And so we just size up the teeth and then get an estimate of how large it is. Because like I said earlier, the skeleton of a shark is made out of cartilage and it doesn't fossilize.
So we don't get
well.
those bones because they're not bones, it's cartilage.
Exactly.
Oh, wow. But I don't think you'd want to be out on a boat or swimming when this guy came to town. I mean, he looks pretty scary.
At all.
Yeah, look at that guy. But that is so unique and so very cool. And to see an actual scale model of him is just incredible. What a cool experience.
And now you know why cavemen didn't surf.
I do know why cavemen didn't surf. That would not be a fun day out on the beach. Wow, guys, well, that was so cool getting to meet Park Ranger Marty. It's always a pleasure seeing you.
Thank you so much, Cowboy Jack.
I appreciate you showing us around and teaching us about these dinosaurs and those eggs and the fossils. That was so cool.
It's my favorite thing to do.
Well, it's your job too, right?
Well, yeah, technically it's also my job, but
Wait
it's good that you love your job.
How do you get paid to do your favorite thing?
Shh, don't tell anybody I get paid to do this.
That's the secret, guys. You got to find something you love and stick to it. Figure out how to make money doing it. Anyways, all right, well, thank you, Park Ranger Marty. Safari Sarah, what do you have there?
Well, this is Tyson. He's our baby T-Rex. He's got his eyes on you, as you can see. But he's actually one of the baby dinosaurs you can meet at Jurassic Quest.
Well, can I pet him?
Yes.
Okay. Hey, Tyson, how's it going? Oh, he's acting just like a kitty cat. He likes that. It's a little bit intimidating with those teeth, Tyson. You better not try to bite me. Oh, he's on his best behavior. Wow, do you like to have your chin scratched? Oh, look at that.
Good boy, Tyson.
Wow, so he's a baby T-Rex, so he'll grow up to be one of those really big T-Rexes.
Exactly, yeah. So he's only about 6 weeks old right now. His size obviously reflects that. He's very small, but he'll grow at a very, very quick rate. And what they would do is they would actually separate from the herd and grow up because they couldn't actually catch up with the herd and how quick that they would move at this small size.
That is so cool. Well, can I ask him a question?
Of course.
So is it weird having those little bitty arms?
Aw, Tyson.
Tyson, I think your arms are great, buddy. I think they're awesome. Wow, this is so cool. Thank you for letting us meet Tyson here. He's so neat. Thanks, buddy. Can you give me a high five? Ah, sorry, another small arms joke.
Tyson. I'll have to go take care of him now.
All right, Tyson. Well, thank you so much.
Bye.
See you later. Wow, guys. Well, there's so much here to do, even just like this fossil dig right here. Come check this out. You can actually come in here and experience a real fossil dig. Like, this just looks like sand, but they told me there's actually a dino skeleton in here. Look at that. Oh wow, that looks like vertebrae or like a tail right there. That is so cool. And you can come in here and be your own archaeologist and get to experiment. Now I'm gonna cover this up for the next cowboy or cowgirl that comes in here and wants to find something, but I just wanted to show y'all real quick. You gotta check out the fossil dig. There are so many different experiences you can have here at Jurassic Quest. Guys, they have dinosaur rides over here. Come check this out. Come on, don't be scared. Wow, look at this. You can actually get up there and ride this. I can't remember this dinosaur's name, but you could actually ride this T-Rex. He's got a saddle on him, just like a horse would. Isn't that cool? Wow, he's got real teeth in there too. Woo. Look right over there. They have all these really huge bounce houses that you can come and play in. And then they even have dinosaurs that you can ride out through here. That is crazy. Wow. You could get on a Brachiosaurus and take him for a spin right after you get done jumping on the Megalodon over there. And they even have stuff for the little bitty cowboys and cowgirls. Look over here. This is the Triceratops area. That is so fun. This is for the little bitty cowboys and cowgirls to enjoy the dinosaurs and get to climb all over them. All right, cowboys and cowgirls. Wow, what an adventure we've had today here at Jurassic Quest. I hope you had a great time with me. And if you did, make sure to click subscribe to Cowboy Jack on YouTube. And that way you can come with us on all of our adventures because we go on a lot of them. So I hope you had a great time. I know I did. My face hurts from laughing. I even got chased by a baby dinosaur. Until I see you next time, yeah!